Okay guys, the list of items you're going to require for this project is as follows from left to right. The most important part obviously is a bottle of whiskey. Mine is Jack Daniels, but whatever your preference is. Second, you'll need a wooden box or a container. In this instance I've used a wooden wine box that I bought from eBay for about £7. It's got a sliding back and it's perfect for this project. Moving on, you're going to need a short length of 15mm push fit pipe. The make is John Guest and it's push fit pipe. Next you'll need a 15mm push fit bent tap connector. This will connect your tap to the plumbing parts. You're going to need a 22 to 15mm push fit reducer, a 22mm straight connector and a 15mm wall mounted tap. So let's get to it. You will also need two 15mm super inserts as well. So the first step is to take your bent tap connector and your 15mm pipe, take your 22mm insert. It's a bit of a push to get it in. Like so. Once that's in and flush, take your bent tap connector, ensure that it's unscrewed, push that in as far as it will go, and then lock it off, and that is solid. So the next step is to take your 22mm to 15 reducer and push it onto the pipe. Don't put your 22mm insert in just yet because we're going to cut this down, but what you want to do is push this in as far as it will go. And then take a pen, and what you want to do is place your 15mm insert up to that as far as it will go, and then mark just below the 15mm insert. Okay, so once you've marked out the line there, you can kind of see on the pipe, you want to saw it off using a junior hacksaw. So first you want to take this off, and the reason we're doing this is so we can get that length of pipe there. Okay guys, once you've sawn the pipe off, it should be at the right measurement now, so that when I insert the 15mm insert there and push that on, it should fit snugly. We're trying to get this as short as possible, so that should fit snugly up to there and be fully pushed up inside the 22 to 15mm reducer. So let's insert the 50mm insert. Push that on, make sure that's fully in, yeah, and then push that on, and perfect. So that is locked into place now with minimal gap, so that is now solid and all sealed together. And next we're going to move on to the 22mm straight coupler. Now these are what you'd use if you had a 22mm pipe going in there and you still had some another length to go. You'd fit another 22mm John Guest push fit pipe into there. As I mentioned, you'd have this on both sides. I've unscrewed that and removed that, so that fits onto there like so. Yeah, so that fits in there like so, and then screw that off, and that again is now solid, and that, whoops, that is your plumbing parts pretty much done. This will screw into the tap. Again, make sure that it's got the black rubber ring seal, otherwise if that comes off then it'll leak, and that simply screws onto your 22mm tap like so. And then the final step is where you have to do a bit of customization on the top. I'm going to take a Stanley knife and shave away the inner edge of this 22mm coupler. That way your bottle top will fit inside, and I'm going to glue that in place using some 2-part epoxy glue, and then I'm going to go around the outside with some high-tack, which is an adhesive glue, just to give it a bit more extra strength and stability. So again, the next step is to cut away the inner wall of the 22mm coupler. Okay guys, once you've finally got the hole drilled in the bottle top, take your 2-part epoxy glue and push out even amounts of both, and then using either a wooden stick or a lollipop stick, or in my case a plastic spreader, mix it together thoroughly until both are consistently mixed together, and then apply the 2-part epoxy glue to the inside of your 22mm coupler, and you can also apply a bit to the top of the the sides of the bottle top, and then stick them both together. Okay, so you want to make sure this is as straight as possible. So I'm going to leave that to dry, and then I'll go around the outside with some either silicone or high-tack, which is an adhesive glue. Okay, so this is a Desco's high-tack. It's a bonding adhesive, and it is probably the best stuff you can get for bonding. Once this dries, there is nothing that's going to make whatever you're sticking together prise apart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a spreader and spread this around the outside of the 22mm coupler and the outside of the bottle top, and once that dries, there is no way that bottle top is going to move. It also acts as a sealant as well, so the high tack on the outside and the 2-part epoxy glue on the inside, there is no way that it's going to leak, and that bottle top isn't going to go anywhere. It's not going to snap off, break off, and you'll have a complete seal. So that's all the plumbing now done. Once the high tack is applied and that's dried, you can put the 22mm coupler onto the rest, and that'll be the plumbing parts all ready to go, ready to be connected up to the whiskey bottle. So now I'm going to move on to preparation of the wine container. So you drill the hole with the 20mm hole saw. Next take your 20mm bib tap. These are ones that go into the wall, so you need them to be this kind of tap so that it's angled like so, and that should fit snugly into the front there. And then take the back off your wine box. Take your angled tap adapter and screw it into place. Like so. Make sure it's angled upwards, and that's your tap screwed into place. Okay, so the next step is to create the hole for your whiskey for your whiskey bottle. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to mark the diameter around the edge of the bottle using masking tape. Okay guys, so using the masking tape I came up with a square that measured 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters, as I'm writing out here for you now. In hindsight, you don't actually need to do a box really. You can just measure the circumference of the neck of the bottle and find a hole saw that circumference and just drill a hole into the top so the bottleneck will just fit in. I actually, as you can see, went the hard way about this. So I did the 6 centimeter by 6 centimeter box, and then using a drill bit drilled 4 holes in each corner, and then using a hacksaw blade minus this handle, I sawn out the square. As I mentioned, I did go the hard way around this after I'd finished sawing this box, and it took a while. I actually sat back and thought, why did I have to go through all that when I could just drill the hole? Okay guys, so here we have a picture of the plumbing parts inside the box itself. Eagle-eyed viewers will notice that at the beginning of the video there was on the picture that I was rhyming out the parts you needed, there were 2 15mm pipe clips. Didn't end up using them because of the design of the box, and obviously they wouldn't have reached the edges. Instead I've used 2 pieces of wood that I've cut half circle out, and as you can see I've glued them in place. Now this picture was taken before I glued the top onto the 22mm coupler, and you'll also notice that the cap here is black and the one I used is red. That is because the cap you can see here is the actual bottle top that comes with the bottle of Jack Daniels. When I drilled the hole into that, I ended up splitting the entire bottle top, so luckily a Coca-Cola bottle top fits perfectly, and that's why I used that. So next comes the final step of this project, and it was the step that I wasn't looking forward to. I was nervous about because it involves glass and it involves a glass drill bit, and there is a chance that the bottle could shatter. So basically, because the liquid is flowing down, you need to have an air vent at the top, otherwise it just the suction and it just won't come out of the tap. So using a glass drill bit, I had to drill a hole into the bottom of the Jack Daniels bottle, and as I mentioned, I was nervous about this. So finally the hole was made, and I didn't end up cracking the glass or cutting my hand or smashing the bottle. I used the smallest glass drill bit just to get the hole in the bottle, and then as you can see here I'm using I'm going to go up through the stages of the different sizes of drill bits to make the hole bigger. Okay guys, so that's the last step, and now it's time to put everything together. I just wanted to bring this picture back up just to show the mistake I made. Eagle Eye viewers might have seen it already when it came up earlier in the video, but I drilled the hole way too early. I was impulsive, drilled the hole and without measuring. So yeah, this is where it's important to put all your plumbing parts together first and then measure it up to the top of whatever container you're using, and then mark it out where your bent tap connector meets the wood and then drill the hole. Luckily I had a second bottle of Jack Daniels, which isn't a rare occurrence in my office because I do love Jack Daniels, and I used the label off another bottle to cover up that hole. And so yeah, let's put it all together and test it out. Okay guys, so for my Instagram followers, you would have seen that I had a drink last night. I managed to finish off the bottle, so I've refilled it with water just so you can get a proper look at how this works. So as I mentioned, I drilled the hole too high about there, so I've covered it up with a Jack Daniels label, and also I've gone in with some black paint and painted the top, which was originally blue for a cold water tap, and I've gone in with, if I can find it, there it is, some black metallic paint just so that it matches the label on the bottle. It's all finished, looking good, and I'm just going to spin it round. And as you can see, I've used high tack at the top there. Now, even though push fit, if you connect it correctly, it shouldn't leak, but because this is going to have liquid constantly in this pipe, I went a bit overboard and put some silicone around each joint just to ensure that there would not be any leaks at all. The bottle screws in at the top there, as you can see, flows down the pipe into the tap. Now, the hole at the top you don't really want to be leaving that open, and at the moment I'm just waiting for you can buy them on eBay, the little vials, and they have little corks at the top. I'll show a picture. So when that turns up, that cork will fit into the hole there, and that will keep whatever whiskey or whatever brandy, whatever you're going to be using this for, if you end up making one similar, it'll just keep that fresh. And then when you want to dispense some of the whiskey, you just have to take the cork out, because you need air to go into there to enable the liquid to come through the tap. So we're going to do a little demonstration, and as you can see, the water in the bottle goes through the pipe and out of the tap. So I've measured this for a little a whiskey glass, which fits perfectly under there, but for demonstration purposes I'm going to be using a pint glass. So pint glass on my knees. This is going to go really wrong or really right. So let's turn the tap on. Oh, that fell fast. Just slow that down. I'll turn off actually. So that's filled the pint really fast. So you could use this for juice. The tap with it's just going off gravity, and with the water coming down, it, like I said, filled that pint glass really fast. It's pretty much emptied the bottle actually. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm actually recording this as I'm editing the video itself. This is the last part of the video before the end credits. So as soon as I finish this bit, go on the end and then get uploaded. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I shall see you for the next DIY project. Cheers.